Greetings everyone, it's me again, Ashwa from Bloodman Pictures, and welcome to the first 10 minutes of today's live stream, which is Pesterquest. And today we will meet Dirk freaking Strider. Oh yeah, also happy April Fools everyone, but from me, there will not be any further April Fools in this video except for the thumbnail. I had a lot of fun doing the thumbnail, so yeah, that's what you will have to deal with. It's just a thumbnail though, so I hope that's okay with everyone. I'll just wait the first couple of minutes again for people to join in, so that we can play. I will reload. Superworm, hi there. To you too. I reloaded the window, so now I can see the chat. The thumbnail is good. Thank you, thank you. I just thought a normal thumbnail would be too... wouldn't be good. I wanted to pep it up for April 1sts, for the April Fools. Okay, so I think everything is running. I'm not entirely sure though. Also, if you don't, yeah, I will just, yeah. So I've seen the sprite, I've edited it, and I think it looks pretty cool. The only thing that bothers me a little bit is that he has a weird, like, the spike on the back of his head, like the lowest. I'll point out what I mean. Looks like disproportionate to how he was drawn in Homestuck. But besides that, I also noticed that he has earrings, which is interesting. I mean, I don't mind. It just, I don't think they ever were a thing in Homestuck itself. But he apparently has earrings. At least it looks like it. He made his hair like that because he wants it to be a weapon. Yes, it's just grab him by the feet and smash other people with his hair. It's like he has so much hair gel in it, and it's so spiky that it cuts just like a katana. Oh jeez. Also, I made myself my very own curry sauce with rice today for food. And it tasted surprisingly well. It had a strong taste to it and was a little hot, but it still was way better than anything I expected from my hands to come out of my doing. Okay, I kinda want to adjust the game screen a little bit. That should suffice. Okay, yeah. So I hope everyone is having a great old time on April Fools. It took me a little bit longer to start than I wanted to, like to start the stream at all, because my OBS was bunked and nothing was showing. Like I really had to fix it because like everything was black. My face cam was black, the game was black, everything was black and not showing. So I hope now it's just working, because it just all goofed up and I had to like reset every setting and by on its own, and oh. You didn't know you were a sauce maker yet until it was time. Maybe. I mean, I have made a couple of custom sauces, but I never made something that was beyond just thick liquid with spice much. I mean, I have made a paprika one, but it was way too sweet, and I couldn't really get the sweetness out of it because paprika in itself, is it actually called paprika in English? I don't know, but it was like way sweeter than I wanted it to be, and ever since I hate the taste of paprika sauce because I ruined it for myself. So I can only eat paprika raw because otherwise I'll just be disgusted. Wasn't there another word for it in English? But yeah, I've made like a lot of, like, this is the first time that I actually like got many different ingredients together and not only spiced it myself, but I also put things in that you don't usually find in sauce, like fruit. Like a curry sauce needs fruit and also like full-on spices and not just spice powder. And I'm really proud of how it turned out. Like, what I usually do is like normal, like cream-based sauces with just like cream, a sauce binder, and some random spices. Like, I've done that before, but this was actually the first like it's not only a sauce I did. But yeah, I hope that, oh, also, a package arrived today, which wasn't due to until mid-April. And I was like, huh, okay. Weird that it comes early in these trying times. And then I received another package and I thought like, huh, is this the second package I ordered at the same time from the same service? No, it was my Amazon package that was like a month late. And for some reason it was doubled? Like, I only ordered the item once, but I received it twice. And then I checked and I paid for it twice as well. I mean, I don't need it twice. It's a plant lamp, so a lamp that you use for plants so that they get enough light if it doesn't get enough light in your home or whatever. And it's really cool because it's like a ring with red and blue LEDs, and it isn't like a really super strong lamp. It isn't like it can't entirely replace natural light, but it can like at least give a little bit of light. And when I was ordering it and thinking about it, I found out that, or like informed myself about it, I found out that plants do not necessarily need UV ultraviolet light rays. They basically, like, the basic needs of a plant, it doesn't look pretty, but the basic needs of a plant are manageable through like light from very luminescent light bulbs. Like, if the lumen counter is high enough, which by the time you basically need like you use up a ton of energy, a ton of electricity, like oof. But you basically can just build something like a normal ceiling lamp and just turn up the brightness, the lumen count a lot up, and this fake light would actually be able to feed your plant, or most plants anyway. And the only downside of it is that if it doesn't get UV light rays, the leaves could look weird, and like it wouldn't look very pretty, and it might not survive. Like, if you grow a plant in fake light without UV rays, it will get vulnerable towards UV light. So if you have like a plant only under fake light and then put it outside, it will die from the UV radiation, basically, which is really interesting. But anyway, we have waited almost 10 minutes. We have 5 people by now. So let's start in the next 10 seconds. I'm thinking if I forgot anything. Like, usually the 10 minutes of starting and talking to you guys go around really fast. You know, I could share this stream on Twitter. Let me do that before we start. Let me do that. Whoops. Let me just share it there and here. I hope it loads. Like with Twitter, I always have the problem that I want it to show like the thumbnail and stuff. But it takes a long while until Twitter really realizes that the link is able to have a thumbnail. There we go. Okay, then let's get back to the live dashboard and start. I can see the stream. Let's start. Let's get into it. Volume 14. Just go ahead now. Okay. You've come a long way. You've made a lot of friends and managed to keep them all. You're helping them grow, and you're growing alongside them while also entrenching yourself in some ridiculous nonsense along the way. Living, laughing, loving, shitting, and farting. Shitting and farting? Didn't hear those before. It is right and in balance. You think so, anyway. You're still on the lookout for any specific bits of meaning to help nail down your sense of purpose as it careens every which way according to the whims of friendship and fancy. There's a natural flow to this all, trolls in sets of 12, give or take, since some come in pairs as you think back to your first round of friends. Kids in sets of 4. You've had time to realize more about the Earths you've been hopping between. A kid on one is an adult on the other. It's been weirdly relieving seeing multiple versions of your friends. Not that you seem to be bound by any of the same rules that they are. It's just that it's someone whose self has been scattered to the winds of time, regathered thanks to Aradia, and is still not fully stable. It's kind of nice to see that it's not just you out there trying to differentiate out self-wise. It's different universes, so it's not really them trying it out. When you think about the last friend left to visit in this set, you can't help but feel a bit guilty with everything Jake told you about him, and from what you know of Dave's bro, you're not exactly meeting him with a clean slate. Yeah, Dave's bro... To be fair, Dave's bro was influenced by Lil Call, as we learned when Dave and Dirk finally met. But, yeah. And yet again, you haven't met Fefri with a clean slate as well. You haven't let anyone else's complicated personality traits hold you back from finding a way to befriend them, though. And you're not about to start now. I'll find a way to make it work. God, isn't it fun having such a complicated, nuanced tangle of interpersonal relationships within your friend group? Isn't it such a delightful challenge? Anyway, the point is it's time to go meet Dirk. So you go. You don't know much about where he lives, except that it is in the future, like Roxy minus chess guys. You zap on over what should almost definitely be the perfect distance from his door. Kinda expected that to happen. There is a moment where you are weightless, suspended in air, like the cartoon coyote man, whose name you cannot remember, because suddenly you are plummeting downward and that takes all of your attention. From what you can see in flashes as you spin head over heels, the thing you are rapidly approaching is the ocean. That's a robo diving suit. Wait, can I do it without it messing up? Yes. Look, there's a robo diving suit with Dirk's glasses in red. Before you achieve game fucking over before you even begin, you stall yourself with a zappin and out of reality, appearing just a few inches above the water. You land with a delicate splash. Now that the imminent threat of death has passed, you look up. Metal rises up from the water in a towering scaffold. Dirk must live in the building up there. God damn it. You haul yourself up onto the janky platform at the corner of the scaffolding, a few above water rungs upward. There's a computer there. That's a fridge and a computer, and that's a really bad space for a computer. Like, that can get wet and be ruined easily. Upward and get your shit together. It's not much to look at. You probably wouldn't even be able to spot it from a distance, but it'll do. In a minute, you can pop back up to the top floor, but you should wring yourself out first. There's a chair, which is weird. You sit in it. That was a slick fucking trick. Not the stealing my seat bit, though I do respect your presumptuous ass placement choice too. I mean the entrance. Nice save. You whirl around, but there's no one there. Aside from the endless ocean, the only shit inside it is the stuff on the platform. Like, we've seen that was a voice thing? Okay. Which, now that you're considering it, kind of reminds you of one of those outdoor man caves you sometimes see at rich people's houses. I have never seen a rich person's outdoor man cave. The kind where you don't know enough about electricity to get why rain just doesn't fuck with the whole thing up. Oh, okay. Except instead of like a grill and a TV and an ashtray with an old cigar in it, it's a few screens, a keyboard, a turntable. I don't see the turntable. And a speaker, a couple of hoverboard-looking things, and some complicated aquatic equipment. Both situations contain a mini fridge. Dirk? You say his name and hope he shows up. After Roxy, you really thought you weren't going to be bamboozled by another fake-out meeting, but who the fuck knows? Maybe this guy is a ghost. No, that's stupid. The one and only. Where is he? There's no need to get freaked out about it. I'm just talking through the speakers. Or more accurately, I'm just sending data through a text-to-speech converter which is playing through the speakers. Oh. Why did we not realize that this was a text-to-speech robot voice? Well, it's the future, so maybe it's advanced. This isn't a function I've ever had occasion to dust off, so this is genuinely thrilling. Thank you for trying and failing so miserably to break and enter in pursuit of friendship, or whatever you are doing. Oh, you know, you do your best. Is there a place he'd want to, meet, maybe? So y'all could talk in meet space? In meet space. That's not exactly my forte. Let's just keep chatting like this for a bit, bro to bro. I can use the computer if the power of my voice is getting to be too much for you. It almost is for me, if I'm being honest here. From above, there's a metallic wiring sound. Ah shit, Daddy's home. What? Oh shit, Daddy's home? You look up and Dirk is rappelling down the scaffolding at an alarming speed. There he is, our guy! the freaking climbing there. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't use his surfboard, his like a rocket board thingy, hoverboard, whatever. Damn, look at him. He looks a lot like a cosplayer I know who cosplays Dirk. Like really almost spot on. Not that I think about it. The jig is up, so we might as well wrap this shit up. Dirk swings in landing with both feet on the platform. He straightens and stares at you, chin up. Well, you think he's staring at you. He's wearing shades, which you expected. It's been real, and don't worry, I won't be far. I never am. Neither Dirk's hands or his mouth are moving, but his voice is still playing over the speakers. Your smile is nervous and probably too full of teeth. What's going on? This song is really reminding me of Deltarune. It reminds me a lot of Deltarune for some reason. Like, I know Toby Fox and all of that, but it just sounds a lot like Deltarune. Is this a specific song I don't know? Like a specific theme song of Dirk's? Because it sounds a lot like like, it just has this Deltarune feel to it. Not even Undertale, but Deltarune. I have no idea, I forgot. Okay. So, you're the friendable alien I've heard about. I thought for a minute you already ate it, but I see you Peter Panned that shit. I'm not unimpressed. I'm not unimpressed. Interesting choice of words there, Dirk the boy. He says this the regular way, with his mouth. It should put you at ease, but it does not. Does he not remember talking about that already? You tell him it's nice to talk face to face, since you thought he didn't want to a minute ago, when you first met. Oh, that wasn't me. Oh, you thought... Oh, wait, what? It wasn't? No. You just met a divergently evolved copy of my 13-year-old brain. The use of the speaker system is new, but it makes sense he'd up his game for interfering with the relationships I'm busy forging in 3D. I guess I should go ahead and be proud of him for... Well, damn, okay. I guess you have no reason to believe that's not possible. Since... Wait, did he say relationships he's busy forging? Isn't that your whole thing? I was under the impression that you were here to befriend me. Right. And there are the earrings. Can you see them? Can you see the earrings? I want to zoom in. These like, that looks a lot like he's wearing earrings. I mean, sure, it's only a black thing, but it looks a lot like he's wearing earrings. Is that intended to be earrings, or is that just weird shading of something? Looks a lot like earrings to me, anyway. I think the thumbnail scared people off. I expected to eat... I mean, there could be low earrings, like, my sister has earrings that hang down a little bit. Like that there's like a chain holding it at this rate or something. Spread the word that this is the actual, real, and honest-to-God Pesterquest live stream, because apparently the thumbnail scared people off. Damn it, I fooled myself. It backfired. My friends haven't exactly kept quiet about you. I just figured that you were having the best for the last. Oh, no, that's right. That is your thing. You just thought he might be more of a challenge. Okay, so... He sounds a little bit more cocky than I remember him being in Homestuck so far, but just the tiniest bit. Wait, are you friendship nagging him right now? Is that what's happening? How did it come to this? Well, hold on. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, then, never mind, you guess. It's working. Might as well roll with it. Don't half-ass this one just because I know the gig. I still expect you to friend-woo the shit out of me. Blitz the fuck out of my friendship chakra till I see the universe's heart through its shit, through its asshole and what have you. Buddy, you've been around the friendship block a time or two. He has no reason to worry. You have full confidence in your ability to show him the friendship time of his life. Oh, I'm ready. I have a list of my deepest secrets ready to unload on you right here, right now, if you think you can take it. He sure is talking a big game of preparedness, but you're not sure how true it all is. Every line of muscle in his body is held in excruciating placidity. You've never seen a jaw so purposefully unclenched. I can't even unclench my... Oh, purposefully unclenched. Yeah, I have no idea how to do that. It's almost like he's begging you to call him on it. You're not calling him on it. You're not sure how he'd get to the idea that you could half-ass this, of all things. You'll just prove it to him with your deeds. It seems like that might be his love language. With that in mind, you hold your fist out for him to bump. Ah yes, dabs. Your universal signal of brotherhood. Sacrosanct across all of space-time. You will be honored to give him his fist. The corner of his mouth twitches, not quite a smile. Yeah, look at that. I want that sprite. And I don't know, from this angle, this piece of hair just looks so disproportionate. Like, you're used to see him always like slightly sideways, but from the exact front, it's it's kind of weird. It's like that one picture, but not as creepy, from Phineas and Ferb, where I think Phineas was seen from the exact front, and it looks freaking creepy. The song is Stress from Volume 9. Ah, okay, cool. But this is less creepy. It's just a little bit. I know. Expected this part of his hair to tug a little bit behind his head. Because, oh, okay, no. Because if you, like, compare this, it doesn't look like it moved back a lot. It looks like it moved forward. Somewhat. Weird. What kind of monster would I have to be to refuse you? Come on, yes! You do the thing if he is having a moment about having touched another person for the first time. He isn't showing it, which is fine. Each at their own pace, right? F, I'm late. So, yeah, okay, more people are telling me now. It's sentient. Yeah, his hair is sentient. His hair's just like... And then the hair just looks at you. F, I'm late. It's okay, bucket of milk. It's okay. We haven't been at the first choice yet. I've been like 5 minutes late as well, so... So now that we've got that handled, what's next on the agenda? Do we leap straight into the heartfelt Q&A, or are we doing an activity first? Man, what should you do next? I'm not used to your friends giving you the third degree about your process. So you're a little out of step. You can't tell if he's genuinely curious or if he knows he's unbalancing you. Either way, it's intense. You look around for inspiration. Really? You're not a couple dads. Oh, the high-tech scuba gear could be cool. The tingle of choice pricks at your neck. I'm not sure you have the musculature to hold that up. No offense. I didn't have your literal stick figure proportions in mind when I designed it. And it's built more for looks than weight efficiency. So I don't think you'd last long in it. You're not missing much though. It's not particularly thrilling down there anyway. Ah, good point. You just woke up, Bucket. I woke up late today as well. Like, I woke up, like, actually woke up at like 13 p.m. Or like 1 p.m. I just had a weird night. I had the weirdest dream as well. I had the dream that, like, my house was losing walls. Like, the walls would just crumble to dust, but the ceiling would still stand. And that my apartment was flooding as well. It's really weird. And also, my neighbors kind of dumped a bunch of food in my rooms for some reason. The cats were eating the food, but the food wasn't good for it. 6 p.m.? Wow. Oh yeah, quarantine is a big thing. We can talk about that in the break time or at the end. You can totally see yourself sinking like a stone, flailing your arms in a vain attempt at trying to look cool while swimming, clawing at the metal clasps to free yourself. Whoop! Zapping out as a last resort, but misjudging distance due to the distracting water in your mouth. It all going black as you wonder why you didn't learn better when you hung out with the Pfeffery. It's an omen. I hope not. Like, the thing is, there's a lot of stuff out of wood in my apartment, like in the floor and all of that. So if this would flood, it won't only like mean that the basement is full with water, so it cannot escape downwards. It will also mean that there's no power because the electricity break thingies, the fuses are all in the water, and the water would be electric. And like, apart from the water damage, of course. Well, damn, that was a pretty detailed thought trail. Weird. Anyway, you could just hang out at this place instead. The classic option. That works for me. You hold out your hand to zap him alongside you, but he doesn't take it. I'll meet you there. His inflection tilts up at the end. It sounds shaped like a half a question he wants you to construe the meaning of yourself. What's the alternative? You piggyback right as he climbs all the way up? He shrugs. Yes, if you're up for it. I typically rocket board up, but a grueling climb is as good a way as any to kill a morning. So either way. Why do you have the slight feeling that he is like trying to enforce more bodily contact because he's so thrilled about finally meeting a person in real life and stuff like that, but he's not showing it because he's Dirk? You consider your options. As much as you want to see if he actually has it in him to beast you up the entire tower, rocket boarding sounds infinitely more fun. You tell him as such. Hop on then. Fuck yeah! Look at his fucking spiky hair! Like, there's just one hair spike. But look at it. That was what I was hoping to see. His grill in front of here seems kind of new. Oh, there it is. Oh, weird. Never noticed that before. Well, that looks spiky mullet. He's so baby. I wouldn't call him baby. He's more like bro. He kicks it into place and fires it up, offering you his hand. You don't have anything to lose but another life, so you take it. Steadily but fast enough so you have to cling to his shirt for safety, you fly upward. Upward, he circles the tower a few times in a hurry to make it to the top. That's... or he's showing off? You don't think that's it, but you're still working it out. The confidence in the way his body moves now, the subtle shifts in way to steer the machine, it all feels genuine. Like this is a much more comfortable thing for him than the conversation was. I mean, could be kind of true. But, like, I think like the spinning around the thing is more a thing of like you need to retain forwards momentum to actually get the thing going, similar to like a surfboard or a skateboard. I mean the jets are on the end here, so it won't make sense. Like just hovering upwards would barely work, and just like 90 degrees and go upward would also not work, because you wouldn't then just like fall down, basically. The wind whips your face, there is a sea in every direction. You land on the top of the tower, and he waits for you to hop down before doing the same, and then kickflips the rocket board into croissants. Here we are, home sweet home. Is this a missing picture, or is this supposed to be this way? It kind of looks like a missing picture to me. Showing off is reasonable? Sure, that as well, but again, I think there is a lot of more basic reasoning behind it than just showing off. Because, like, again, if you just go straight upwards, you would fall down or it wouldn't move, and it has the jets on the back, so you have to move forwards, and the most efficient way would be circling the thing you're trying to get up. Because if you make the circles too tiny, you would throw yourself off the board or get sick. Home sweet home. I hope you're prepared for just how homey this shit is, too. I've had nothing but time to flex my massive decor muscles. Okay, it was meant to be this way. You follow him inside to his room, like you have with everyone else. It's full of his shit, like everyone else. Unlike everyone else, he leans against his workbench, calm and collected, and clearly with every fiber of his being waiting for your judgment. I wanted to mention this headcanon to you guys, but seeing this chair, I just gained the headcanon of Dirk just in his off time watching what is left of YouTube, like all the videos that have been saved and are still accessible for some reason, and just watching like a lot of PewDiePie, and every now and then he like does the chair thing, like it can do this, and then he just starts crying to himself, smiling because he realizes, damn, that guy I was watching is dead long ago. and like everyone knowing that joke is dead as well. So yeah, that turned sad. I mean, yeah, there's the larger portion of there was a lot of new Sure enough. You wonder if it's weird how you can tell that about him, since it does seem like he's putting a lot of effort into facade. Facade? You aren't sure if he's unpracticed at having an audience, or if you're just extra good at reading people by now. Maybe it's the shades that are messing with you. Dirk watches PewDiePie. He does the "it can do this" thing, and then he cries because he remembers PewDiePie is dead in his time, like for at least a couple of years. Like, imagine PewDiePie, Markiplier, all the big people we know are all dead for Dirk and Roxy, and they all like died in the Condes's uprising. Like, the Condes's uprising was like approximately 2013-ish? Like whenever, like, no, 2012 maybe? Like 3 years-ish after Homestuck started, basically? Because these are all 16-year-olds. So, like, yeah. They all just, and then, like, shortly after that, the Condes rose to power and, like, started to eliminate humanity and stuff like that. Damn. They're nothing new after Dave. But with Dirk, it's almost like he'd be less penetrable without them. You try and focus on the decor, as he clearly wants you to. What do we got going on? Oh, okay. There are themes of puppets, horses, robots, and musical equipment. It's got the post-ironic whimsy of Dave's style, which you figure makes sense considering this universe's Dave had a hand in stocking it, but with a dash of Ekfius' unabashed taste. That's a bit of a surprise, but sure. I love that he has like this, was it Warhorse the theater? With like like puppet horses who looked super realistic. Damn, that was so impressive. But it looks a lot like that. Martha Stewart would fall to her knees, weeping at her defeat. You tell him. Utterly destroyed by the Feng Shui in my cinder block placement. She'd retire on the spot, you say. The more you play off his jokes, the more he seems to loosen up for real. So you continue. Much better than a scuba diving trip already. What's down there anyway? The ruins of 21st century civilization mostly. Oh shit, yeah, boring as hell. He pauses and tilts his head considering. I wouldn't call them boring necessarily. It's more that I find it cosmically frustrating to swim in literally any radial line and find nothing but the wasted leftovers of a dead city. Aside from being dependent on it as a source of food, the ocean mostly functions for me as a suffocating and inescapable natural barrier between me and the rest of human history. It's a constant lapping reminder of my situation, so I'm not often hired to pile the decibars on. Not sure how well my deep personal beef with the imagery of the sea will land for you, but there it is. He looks very unsure of himself like this. I think it might not be so offensive to me were the metaphor less blatant. It's embarrassing. Anyway, there's the first of my layers off. Feels fresh. Let's keep going. What else have you got? It's all a little unsettling how direct he's being about the friendship building process. But it's not like you haven't been categorically pushy to achieve that title with literally everyone you have memory of having met. So, fair game. Dirk pouts bright. Not really pout, it's more like I'm embarrassed, facepalm, whatever. You're sure you can come up with some things you've been curious about? Maybe it's ready to dive in the deep end, if you'll forgive the continued aquatic figurative language. The love quadrangle. The questionable setting on the robotic gift choice for his would-be paramour. The differences of opinion on playing the game. He seems to be enjoying the theatricality of the friendship metagaming dance you are doing, so you amp it up for him. You clasp your hands behind your back and pace his room as you monologue, pausing for effect. Then the impulse strikes you. As you talk, you consider which would be the right issue to end on, to really zing him into opening up. Maybe his feelings about his universe's Dave, or just for fun, maybe where the horse shtick comes from. Depending on which you choose, you could end up, loath as I am to interrupt this Ace Attorney monologue, I wouldn't touch that. What? Oh, you look down at where you were about to dramatically place your hand, and there's a goddamn sword there. Haphazardly stored in the hands of some fucking dead-eyed puppet. Again, your brain careens down a fleeting pathway, accidental pressure, a clean sliced blood, a lot of it, and leave the katanas for the big boys. Although, if you want to touch a weapon, holy shit, do I have an idea. Are we getting kinky here? Oof. I'm sorry, but that, like, my mind just went in a very certain direction, if you get my drift. When you said that. We get a freaking back view of this gorgeous, I forgot the word I was about to say, majestic hair. Let's just take it in. Dirk's backside, everyone. Okay, that's enough. He scoots by you and reaches into the corner of the room, coming up holding a really shitty blue sword. We got the sword! We got the sword! I love how they kept it like very JPEG-y and shitty. Sword is a loose term, though, and honestly, holding is too. An object so shitty you can barely focus on it is sort of clipping through his hands. He holds it out to you as best as you can. In the name of the succulent convergence of science and bullshit, I need to see what happens when you touch this thing. Science and horseshit! Yes, this is my new fucking motto. In the name of the succulent converge of science and horseshit. Yes, I love the combination of random ass science and horseshit. It's amazing. I fucking love it. You reach out and take it from his hands. It steadies under your grasp. Dirk hops up onto his workbench to sit and observe, and you slice it through the air a time or two. What? Wait. Okay, it's the same text, but just all fragmented in extreme JPEG-ish. Like, have you actually tried it out? Like, when you, just take a white canvas and draw a squiggly line in any dark color, and then save it as JPEG. Close the program, open the JPEG, zoom in and see what happened, and then do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and see the result. It's so mind-boggling, and that is why I save all of my pictures in PNG unless I'm forced, because of size, to save it in JPEG. Absolutely goddamn incredible. I love these sprites. Something about your narrative liminality and rudimentary rudimentary form must allow you to actually wield this piece of shit artifact I inherited from my bro. The implications of this are likely jack fucking nothing, but it's still easily the best thing I've ever seen. He's leaning forward laughing, dimples carved into his freckled cheeks. He's freckled, eh? Cute. There's a small twist in your heart about it, and you can't place why. Now I'm thinking. Based upon that Dave called himself, albino, are albinos able to have freckles at all? I know that it has nothing much to do with Dirk, because Dirk is not an albino as far as we know, but interesting. Just an interesting thought. I cannot imagine Dirk with freckles though. Like, that is something my mind cannot comprehend. There's a small twist in your heart about it, and you can't help why. You're really just able to hold that fucking thing. He clears his throat and settles down, adjusting his glasses. Okay, you used it right here. Thanks for that. Anyway, where were we? Alright, you're attempting to locate my weak points. Did you want to keep adding to the list or zero in on one option? So far the short answers are 1. A quartet of teams with not a lot of choices. What do you expect? Second, call up my auto responder if you want us to hash that one out. What was second? Oh, the robot. It's all, and third, it's all under control. Wait, was third the robot? I have no idea. You guess it all boils down to the same general topic, really. His friends, that's where this whole thing always ends up anyway, right? Especially since you're his pathway to being able to hang out with them now. Dirk just shrugs. Huh. You'd have thought that he'd have a stronger opinion about that one. Doesn't he want to hang out with his friends? Doesn't he want to finally meet Jake? He wrinkles his face like you've shoved a lemon in his mouth. Come on, dude. You can't just spirit me away to the person I want to see most right off the bat. At least make me try and earn it first. Good point. He shifts his weight. The light from the window bounced off the choppy mirror of the ocean is right against his back. Does he have to earn it? I mean, doesn't he think it's been hard enough already? His laugh this time is hollow. Is there a cap on that? I'm not sure. But your whole existence is a series of cheat codes. So what else does he expect from you? You whip the sword around a few times to prove your point, but it kind of makes you dizzy to watch. So you put it back in the corner. And anyway, you know he'll cave at some point. How else is he gonna get to see them now that the game is off? He shrugs again. What? He doesn't know they're not playing anymore, right? Like, they're even talking about a large operation to shut the whole thing down for everyone on the planet. I know they think that's what's happening, but I'm not worried about it. They'll all play when the time comes. How in the world does he know that? Last you checked with any of them, they had all moved on. And, I mean, for John, you kind of made it impossible to happen. But, I mean, sure. If you you think about it, there's still like this open feeling of they kind of need to play the game to achieve things, to like get to a certain point. But that goes... And there's like nothing that made it impossible for them to play. You've seen albino people with freckles? You have seen albino people? Like, I have never seen actual, real albino people. Albino people. Like, not even in TV shows or something. Unless they hired actual albino people, but it didn't look like it. Now that I think about it. Huh. Also, there's a thought in my head about like vampires having special about vampires and albino blood having special abilities for them or something like that, but that's another thought. I haven't gotten around to convincing them yet, but I will. It's clear that you've spent a lot of time with them, but they're my friends too. I think I know what they will do. His dismissiveness is raising your heart to raise hackles. That's not really the point though, you say. Won't trying to get them back on board just amp up the conflict in his friend group? And more importantly, why bother trying to make that choice for them? He doesn't even need the game anymore. You can just take him to see them. He can skip the machinations and just like hang out with his friends without having to prove anything to anyone. It's easy. The slight tightening of his eyebrows is the only thing that shows his frustration. The rest of him is still. The vowels in his drawl are slick and sharp. Black ice on a curved country road. 2 song references in one. It's not that simple. Do you think that I don't want to see him? Do you think I'd tear off a single page of my sweet bro and hella Jeff TM Court a day calendar without thinking about that? There are a lot of cards in a lot of hands here, which I'm not sure you're truly appreciating the importance of. I can't just fold mine and hope your shit works out instead. Things are in motion. Things have been in motion since before I was born. You can't just stop them without massive fallout. True. Oh, that's cool. Cool. Bucket. You're not saying you know all the answers, just that you know some of them. You and you feel like he could trust you a little bit. He looks at you like you slapped him. Trust you? Well, yeah. A weak puff of air leaves his mouth as he shakes his head. Or I don't know. This entire morning has been an exercise in trust. Has it? Dirk is still for a minute. He's probably still staring at you behind those shades. When he speaks again, his voice is steady, but the room is heavy with every ounce of tension he's suppressing. Okay, let's sketch this out. What are the parameters of vulnerability that would count if the ones I'm extending don't? Oh, he feels deeply offended. Like, this is just an almost passive-aggressive way of saying, so if nothing of I just said matters to you, what does matter? Wow. And I mean, I kinda get it. But also, like, narratively is a bit of weird, but whatever. Like, yeah. You were just freewheeling there, but you guess you've gotta come up with something concrete for him. Okay, how's this? He does all this dangerous scuba diving and sword fighting and rock boarding shit that could go sideways at any moment. But he wouldn't even let you zap him. There's an example. Okay, yes, that's true. I want to be the only one in charge of endangering my own life. You got him. You got me. But trust isn't only meaningful if it's given completely, or in terms of physical safety. Oh wow, his hair changes a lot from these two poses, even though his face does not. I've been preparing myself for this, for you, ever since I heard you were making the rounds. I was ready to... He trails off, shaking his head. His wordlessness seems to frustrate him more than anything you've said. He seems really unpracticed at getting riled up, and you wonder how often someone pushes his buttons like this. You're not really sure how the two of you got to this point. Argumentative isn't your main mode either, and you can tell you pushed too far. I just realized we haven't had a choice here. So we dealt with some consequences. Yeah, and not the extent Dirk is expecting as well, but like, I mean, Dirk was, like, as I get it here, Dirk was expecting the more realistic approach where their entire universe wouldn't even have had existed if not for John, etc. playing the game. But also, maybe it just didn't happen yet. I hope you can... I don't want to mention them. Like, maybe there's just a big cascade still following. Like, similar to, like, one of the bad endings in Roxy's group. The Shine is like, there's just like a slither between the edge of the window and the house like, basically next to it. And the sun just points... The sun just hits me spot on. This is frustrating, but I still can see the screen. I just hope that it's not annoying you guys too much. Never mind. Here. He hops off the workbench, rolls his shoulders, and grabs your hand. Do it. You don't ask where. You pick somewhere close by, but scary enough for his thrill-seeker ass to feel like it was worth the effort. The air up at the top of the tower on Dirk's roof is calmer than you'd have thought it would be. He drops your hand and steps back, leaning against the landing. Crushed it. See, sometimes trying new shit and trusting people with your well-being can be fine. Sometimes, yes. But someone you just fucking met that fucking day is not a real thing you should do. Sometimes all you need is a friend to prove that to you that they have your back. I was talking about it with my moral, and it doesn't really make sense for the other kids to exist without the game. Yes, that is true. And the thing is that MSPA Reader exists in a loosely canon state. So the universes he messes up basically split from the main timeline, but the main timeline is still there, and MSPA Reader is still somewhat able to access other arms of the main timeline in that regard. So either he's like ruined another alpha timeline who is just basically now a dead timeline or a doomed timeline, whatever, and he goes off from that, or Or he's actually not only switching between universes, but also timelines of the universes interacting with each other. But all in all, Pesterquest is its own canon that's not connected to anything else in affecting matter. Like, characters have been way off course from how they were originally and stuff like that, so it's all its own canon and doesn't need to have anything to do with anything else. Dirk scrunches his face up like you're embarrassing him. You mean, empirically speaking, it seems like what just happened is solid proof that... Okay, yeah, I get it. Thanks. He's smiling, so you don't push into that thank you. But you do wonder after a minute of looking out over the ocean with him, if it's time to scoot things along. You aren't in a hurry, really, but you were getting somewhere before, even if it was a little uncomfortable. He's trying. Maybe harder than anyone has actively tried to befriend you yet. The fact that you think that is still sort of funny to you. But maybe Dirk isn't this transparent to everyone. Maybe it's just you and your non-stop thirst to know people. How much has this boy wanted to be known? You remember your earlier skepticism about him and laughed to yourself. You haven't had to make yourself try to like him at all. You just do. Weird uptight shit and everything. There's a lot of Dirk going on in there, but you're ready to try and understand him more. It's what you do. Also, one of my friends I barely have contact anymore, sadly, is just a lot like a very goofy version of Dirk. So far that guy actually built his own computer, and it wasn't even like a normal custom-built computer. It was an entire room filled with devices that all worked as one big single computer. And he managed to fry it. Not because of his own accord, it was a hacker messing with him, but still, it was really weird. And I never met him in real life, but we have played World of Warcraft together and stuff like that. And yeah. It's just like, it's weird how like Dirk is a way calmer and cool and collected version of that friend of mine, basically. You're ready to try and understand him more. It's what you do. So you press on. First choice. Everyone in the chat. Should we try one more time to convince him to drop the idea of playing the game? Or give it a rest and talk about something else? Again, I personally prefer to go with the fail route first and get the good ending last. But it's up to you guys and what you want. And the sun is actually blinding you now. I have to scoot, like at some point I will need to scoot over it. Dirk is a really great character. Like Dirk has some things that I wish to have for myself, and some things that I see in myself. But yeah. And also he's a hard player wielding a sword, so that is really close to my heart. It isn't really a pun, but pun intended. Convince, 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 convince. So we have two people saying convince. Dirk is amazing. Don't get me wrong. OG Dirk from OG Homestuck is amazing. And I love him. And I love that he literally sacrifices himself multiple times just in order to even get his friends together and do stuff with them. That hits really close to home. So with no one saying that we should give it a rest. why I'm yawning. It's really why I'm because I'm talking so much. At some point I'll need a break and eat a hot chocolate. I'm gonna chew the drink. Drink a hot chocolate just to calm my throat. Okay, so democracy has decided to try more time to convince him. Seriously, if we would go from German democracy, I would have told you to choose a person to represent before knowing what they will choose, and then they will choose. Oh well. Holy shit, this is excruciating. I fucking clicked a bunch of times and now this happening. Holy shit, this is excruciating. Bucket of milk. Everyone has its own opinion, but overall writing is great. I kind of disagree there, but let's focus on this right now. I keep thinking if I ignore this bullshit, it will sort itself out. But Christ. I don't need to see this. No one needs to see this. What the fuck? Sorry, but what the fuck? Huh? Wait, can you not hear? You've stopped the choice train once before, yourself. But you've never been interrupted by someone else. I thought we were having a chill bro moment until just now. I have no clue what you're talking about. I can't believe I was ever this pathetic. Dirk. You had all day, every day to do nothing but get swole in both body and mind, and this is how you spend your time, looking wistfully out at the sky? No wonder you are out here falling for this friendship's weak shit overtures. It's old dick stuff. No, please don't. Oh my god, what? Once again, you find yourself looking around for a Dirk who is nowhere to be found. Regular Dirk, who you were finally getting somewhere with, is looking at you like you've lost your last marble. Dirk really doesn't hear that. It sounds like him, just like older and meaner. No, dude, you okay? Fine, if your meager little brain needs me to assume corporeal form in order to process it, I'll do it. I can't right now. What the fuck? Feast your eyes. Holy shit. Holy shit. Sup, Dirk? I'll get to you in a minute. I have to deal with this little meddler first. He turns to you and it's a remix of the Strife theme of Dirk. It's a song. Do not assume both said, yeah. He turns to you and you step back reflexively. Your eyes flick to your Dirk, who is staring mouth slack at his older self. I've let you piss around for far too long. I love this song, to be honest. I love this freaking song. Dirk and cooler Dirk. I wouldn't say he's cooler, but he looks fucking awesome. I love his outfit. Like, the sprite is fucking genius. have had a lot on my plate. Creating a whole species from scratch isn't child's play. So I let this go on, figuring out you fuck up and die for real. But you keep coming back, and it's getting out of hand. So the plan is this: let my man Dirk do his thing. You fuck off and let people look their eyes. I clean up your mess and then get back to being God, while this timeline continues on as it's supposed to. Are we good? Jesus, alternate timeline and multiple selves aren't anything particularly new to you, but you still don't know what got so far up the ass here. No, we're not here. You are in the middle of something. Sacred right of friendship to be fucked up by no one but yourself. You don't know what kind of stuff the future holds. But that isn't your purview. This is, and he's the one interrupting back. Oh my god. I can't work like this. You have to understand the scale we're working with. He flicks you upside the temple when you feel instantly like your brain got strapped to the nose of a rocket ship on liftoff. MSPA reader, remember. You see a young man standing in his bedroom. Wait, you know him? Your eyes roll back in your head, and you feel his story rush into you panel by panel, page by page. Some of it you remember from when you were trapped in Doc Scratch apartment, and other stuff is newer, raw and sweet and sickening. Most of it's sickening, the newer stuff. Honks and caws and globs and blushes forth together in a synaptical transmutation of unholy cultural zeitgeist that jolts through you like light blasting down your cerebral cortex and out through your clenched teeth. When it's done, you collapse on the floor. Fuck. You remember it. You remember Homestuck. It's also fresh too. So many of your friends dead. Some of them more than once. Shit, Dirk. You open your eyes and Dirk is standing over you. His hand on your shoulder. Oh good, you're alive. You are starting to freak me out. Almost as much as shredded and deranged me over there is freaking me out. But let's just take this all a step at a time. Anyway, now that you're up, what just happened? Future me was being a real cryptic dick while you were conked out. Patience is a virtue, Dirk. I just had to get our time traveling buddy informed first, so they can make the right call. Really good MPA strike though? Yep. Speed up is the word, not strike. Speed up. You don't remember homopsychosis. What? Super word what? Shit, okay. You don't know where to begin. You look at Dirk's face, not even trying to hide his concern for you. And holy shit, you care about him. You cared about him before, you knew every tiny fucked up detail about his life. And now with a reminder of where his story leads, leaning smugly against the railing, you find he's still here. He's intensely and pushy and profoundly complicated. And right now, he is helping you to his hands steady and firm on your back as you find your balance. You look back and forth between the two of them, trying to organize your thoughts as Dirk waits for you to respond. This isn't as simple as an evil Dirk and a good one. Isn't it though? If you've learned anything from your travels, it's that everyone has the capacity for hurt inside them, and everyone has the capacity for love. It's just a matter of proportion of choice, circumstance, time. And if you're being fair, of interpretation. Part of you wants to grab Dirk and run, to save him from this trajectory he's on. But But then, if you claim that level of control, are you really any better than Ultimate Dirk is himself? Who the fuck are you to make these choices for other people? What gives you the right to rent canon from the people it belongs to, the people it is about? Why does it always come back to you making that fucking choice? Go ahead and answer them. I'll correct you if you get anything wrong, don't worry. Oh, you said to be fucking good, you said it. No doubts there. You pause your internal debate, take a deep breath and explain things to your friend. This is the mega Dirk, the combo of all splinters of Dirk, fermenting in his flesh container and not holding on to his shit nearly as well as he likes to. Ultimate Dirk. You ignore him and continue explaining Ultimate Dirk has done a lot of heinous shit to the people he used to care about, to the people Dirk cares about. And you just brain blasted you memories you used to have of, among other things, everything that will ever happen to Dirk and to his friends in the future, all in order to convince you to keep everything on that flat path. He wants the same thing Dirk just finished arguing with you about wanting, a future where they play the game. Okay, this song is a little loud. Guys, is this song a little loud for you as well, or is it just on my end? I have to turn it down for me as well once again. Wow! The music is... There's some godly chanting in it, I love it, but holy shit, this is way louder than I... Do you see the last slider there? This one? Voice volume? Has that been there before? I might have spoiled it myself. Yeah, Bucket of Meg, I was like, what? Dirk is still staring at Ultimate Dirk. Shit. You keep going, telling him you know it might be far-fetched from his vantage point. But this is a path he goes down. Dirk finally speaks. No, I can see it. I mean, if anyone was going to pull on an I'm you but stronger, it would be all of me combined. Exactly. So now we should all be on the same page vis-a-vis what we all need to do. Which starts with this flat fuck going back to wherever they came from, and the rest of us going back to our regular scheduled programming. God, you can't even look at this guy, you think. As you look at him, he's so smart, trapped so far down the path he's planned for himself that he can't even entertain the idea that he could be wrong without it tearing him apart. The more you look at him, the more you can't stand him. Prince of hard-ass bastard destroying everything you worked to make. Fuck. Forget all that stuff you worried about before. How dare you let yourself be convinced he could be right? Your allegiance is not to the story. I got a weird notification just now. But to other people within it. No matter what. Do you have a plan for how to protect your friends without the tenets of canon? No. Do you give a single shitting fuck? Also no. You know that he could end you immediately, but you feel freed by the number of times you've died. You do not fear him. He's not your concern. You turn to Dirk. You're sorry, you say, but fuck this guy. Don't listen to him. Everything you just remembered, all the stuff he was using to prove his point, it only makes you even more sure that of what you said before, that Dirk can still be happy without all that. He doesn't have to play the game to beat it. Wow, listen to them trying to boss you around like that, Dirk. I'll tell you what you don't do. Don't for a second think I'm too far gone to remember what it's like to be you. Don't pretend you haven't wanted to know what I know, to align every part of yourself until you know it all, feel it all. Don't be afraid of becoming who you need to become. The ends always justify the means, Dirk. Yeah. I'm sorry, bud. Yeah. We know this. Fuck that. You're sorry to tell, but you've never yelled this much, but fuck that. This bitch can't hear the thought of a timeline existing without his influence. Can't bear the thought without his influence or even his worldview. That everything has to be painful to matter. Things are already painful enough. He doesn't have to work overtime to create more pain just so he can feel like he's in control of how much punishment he gets and how badly he deserves it. Because Dirk doesn't deserve it, you say. And you look at the one you mean it for. He's not looking back at you. He's looking at Ultimate Dirk. And there's something about the soft fallen arc of his eyebrows that just folds you up and eats you whole. It's a longing like you've never seen in your life, deep and consuming, with a sliver glint of loathing. I want to just... 1 second. Options. Okay, I just want to verify that the voice volume is maxed out, because I want to get the full experience of that. He's going to drown in it if you don't do something. What could you do, you wonder? You care about him, and he does about you, to a degree. You know Dirk. Now, you know Dirk now. And you know how he loves. Through its fears to be a definite fault, he does not do it easily. Though it's fierce, not too fierce. You're not the one who can get him through this. He hasn't known you long enough, but you can be a bridge. But to whom? Part of you wants to test out a few things, to throw a couple friends at the wall and see what sticks. That doesn't sit right with you right now, though. It's messy, and you know Dirk would hate having his feelings experimented on like that. Even after all this, you find yourself not wanting to do that to him. Thank fuck for your side ability to animate monologue to yourself in your head without time passing too quickly, because you really need to think this one through. You have to pick one single person to help convince him he doesn't need what Ultimate Dirk is offering. Jake? God no, not right now. He'd be eaten alive by Ultimate Dirk, and you can't do that to him. He's your friend too. I mean, oh no. I have a bad suspicion that we will go for Brisk after fucking again. But Jake stood up towards Briska, so Jake isn't too much off the table here. Superworm, I agree with you, but I just fucking hope it's not her. But it kinda looks like we're going that direction. Maybe a wildcard, someone Dirk doesn't know but could get along with. Ekvius? He's like Dirk if Dirk liked to get bossed around. So they might get along great actually. Though you need someone who can tell Dirk what to do in this moment, so then again maybe not. You can't hedge your bets and bring everyone, because that'd just overwhelm him. Plus there's no budget or time for that. We all hope it's Roxy, but the way this is going, the answer punches you hard in the chest and you're about to zap sneak away to find when Ultimate Dirk speaks up. That was a touching rant you just gave. Very compelling. You know what? Fine. Do what you do best and choose. Steal him away to obscurity or leave him to his destiny. I'm not worried. In fact, as a show of trust, I'm in my younger splinter. I'll even fuck off myself until go time. On the 1 in a million chance you do actually get him to go with you, there's no way that's gonna be a good end. We all know he'd regret it. He'll second guess if it was the right thing every day of his life until he realizes that a flaccid existence he's leading, but by then it will be too late. Do your worst. There's a jolt, and then he's gone. There's a beat of silence where you try to work out how to act normal. Now that you know what you know, but thankfully he speaks first. Are all of your hangouts this fucking wild, or did you really pull out all the stops for me? Well, you were about to pull out another when Ultimate Dirk just blasted off like that. It's not too late though. If he'll agree to at least hear you out, well then, by all means, continue pulling. Let's see where this shit takes us. You'll be right back, you tell him. I'll be right here just chilling and contemplating existence and my place in it, no worries. To be entirely fucking fair, I love the music, I love the artistical design. The writing makes me... like, the writing of how Dirk speaks and acts makes me hate what they did to him after, with and after the epilogues in Homestuck 2 and all of that, even more. So, I don't know if this is good writing, because it makes me... it makes me hate what they did with him in the later things, or if it's bad writing all combined together as one thing, like in my point of view and taste. Not generally bad, but just like in my point of view of taste. But to be even though I kinda guess and see why we would like meet and something that would go around and stuff like that, like something behind the scenes like old Dirk or whatever, I kind of just wish that we had a purely OG Dirk experience. We are in Earth C, on Earth C. I don't really recognize any pictures because I have not seen any, basically anything of the pictures of Homestuck 2. But just from the descriptions that the epilogues gave, this looks a lot like Earth-C. The zap this time is even more disorienting than your Sideways Universe zaps. You know why, though, since you know everything. You're not sure you're supposed to be here, but Ultimate Dirk already accused you of fucking shit up. So why not fuck shit up a little harder? You want to go pick up this person and specifically this version of this person. The version you made friends with already isn't ready to meet Dirk yet, probably. But thanks to your recent mind freaks, you remember that this one, having lost his Dirk, might be a little more interested. Sounds like Homestuck's 2 version of Roxy, or Jake. Or it's one of the trolls. Because the one you met isn't ready to meet Dirk, because that implicates that they haven't known Dirk before. So it's probably one of the trolls. Or maybe Dave. It's Dave. Whoa, what, who the fuck are you? Okay, that answers that question. You guess you fucked things up to the point that the candy timeline is not the same as the one you were making friends in before. Is not the same as the one you are making friends in before. It wasn't... So yeah, we fucked up the entire timeline up to the point of Homestuck 2. Which makes sense, but in order for Earth C to exist and us having effect on all of that, must indicate that we had effect if they still played the game afterwards, which is kind of impossible by now standards, and oh my god, this is all so fucked up and yeah. This is probably the stuff Ultimate Dirk is so bent of shape about fixing. Well, it is what it is. You didn't have time to come up with your elevator pitch, but you work best at full power to empathy, 0 to planning, so here we go. Hey, you tell him. Sorry to intrude, but you have a pretty big favor to ask of him. You know he doesn't know you, but you know an alternative version of him that lives outside canon. Like basically fucking everything right now. You met and went to Olive Garden and made friends, and you promise you're legit. Bro, you said Olive Garden, you got me. That's like a magic word to get me to trust you implicitly. Don't spread that around, though. Also, you look like someone ironed the mayor, so that's like 1,000,000 more points in your favor. So it's kind of that we are 2D. I guess. And I'm doing dick outs that's useful all day. Or any day, to be real with you. So what's the favor? Okay, whew, great. The favor is that you need to borrow him for like a quick minute so he can help you have a conversation with your universe Dirk. The sound of Dirk's name, he goes still. See, Dirk's convinced he needs to take the advice of yet another universe's way shittier Dirk and retcon your whole friendship mission so that they can go off and make canon happen. Which ends pretty badly for a lot of people, your friends involved and and now that you know that you really want him to just side with you and let everyone chill and hang out and live their lives, and you're not sure of all the details about how that will work yet. But the point is that Dirk, I'm in. Great, sick, yes, okay. You take his hand and off you go. I expected Dave's sprite to be larger. Like a little bit. I mean, I guess Dirk is 16 and buff, so he couldn't. But I expected Dave's grown-up sprite to be a little larger. When you pop back, Dirk is standing how he was when you first met him. You casually braced for emotionally fatal impact. There's a moment where Dirk and Dave just stare each other down, like neither of them are fully ready to register the reality of the other. You really fucking hope this works, because it's your Hail Mary. Sup? Holy fuck, man, I didn't think invoking the name of Olive Garden would have this much effect, but here the fuck we are. I mean, sup? Yeah, sup. Something we always fucking needed to see. Something we always needed. I'll just put out my face cam for a moment so we can appreciate this for a moment. This is something we all fucking needed. Dave pulls him into a short, back-thumping bro hug, which Dirk weathers like a wet cat not trusting a towel to dry him off. So... I'll be real with you, we've already had a version of this first meeting convo and we used like a lightning round conversational mechanism to get shit poppin'. But I get the feeling we don't have time for all that right now, so I'll skip a few steps for you. Our little mutual friend here says you got options. Well, he seems to think I do, but I am not convinced. Do you have opinions about it? Sure do. I mean, I'd do anything this little pal suggested after what they just did for me, but like, what's even the situation? I don't want you to play Spurb and some other does. And some other does. There's little more to it than that, but yes, that's the good gist. Yeah, watch them chat. This is good, you think. Good, but you're not sure it's enough. You think Dirk is your friend now, but the more you think about it, the weirder the word feels in your brain. Friendship means something different to everyone you've met. Safety, fun, a wake-up call, a person to talk to. You hope that for at least some of them you've helped them see what is lovable inside themselves. You look at Dirk and wonder if he'll be one of those. He's being so polite to Dave. He must be afraid. Does Dirk even believe others can, of their own volition, love him? You tune back in. Man, if you wanted to argue about canon, you should have asked your bro here to get like anybody else to come along. That shit's not my forte, but seems to me that it's not some immovable bastion of narrative sanctity. It's just some shit some assholes said and did, and some choices they made. Okay, well, if I don't follow the plan, beat the game, and get to where you are now, how do I know my choices will still matter? I don't know, man, you're not in my timeline anymore because of a choice you made a while back, so my mileage might vary a bit. Dirk shifts backward. You wish he'd look more surprised about it. Oh. Yeah. I don't want to waste your time or anything. Just getting to talk to you is worth it, so I don't know. Do what you gotta do, but like, coming from me, a guy who could have done some stuff differently himself, at least try to trust your friend. I know you don't like believing this stuff, but maybe listen to the people who like you, cause they mean it. I'm rambling now, so guess if I had one thing to say to you, it'd just be, it's okay to not have all the answers. Yeah, that's what I did tell you. Dirk nods. So, I'm processing that. A lot. But I also cannot go any further in this conversation without telling you that our little friend is liminal enough to actually be able to hold the sword. Oh, holy fuck, what? Yo, what? Oh, wow. Dave, huh? Okay, bring fucking guns to a knife fight here. I didn't expect this level of underhanded maneuvering from you, but I'll respect the play. Joey, shut up. Joey, what is going on with you? But I'll respect the play. Doesn't matter anyway. I've come back with my own sheep. Sorry for the delay. I had to deal with some shit on my end. New plan. Forget us all going our separate ways to fix shit. Dirk, you're coming with me. Your friend was right about one thing. Things don't need to go back to the way they were. But not for any lame reason like the power of love. I have plans bigger than that. I promise you this limp dick excuse for a friend doesn't measure up to all the shit I could show you, will show you. Sure, it might hurt to leave your friends behind at first, and sure you'll miss out on Jake's carnal charms, But that emptiness will fade when you realize the true power we have. Ultimate Dirk extends his hand, his cape billows obnoxiously behind him. Dirk looks at you, then at Dave. Shit. We're almost there. You have no time left to waste. You close your eyes and will the choice to come to you. Stop him. Don't stop him. One of those has to work, right? You don't feel confident. You look at Dirk and it hits you. Ultimate Dirk was maddeningly right. It won't work if there's room for Dirk to regret it. You're not sure either of you would ever be certain it was the right choice unless you let Dirk choose it for himself. No more telling him what to do. No more telling anyone what to do. When you feel the choice pricking at you, you turn it outward. You flip the power in your belly inside out and give the weight of it up for a moment to him. You wait to see what Dirk does with the things warring in him. I kinda expected this, but this boom into it just gave me fucking goosebumps. Especially with this freaking song. You see it manifest in his brain and in yours, and your stomach plunges. It feels rigged from the start. There's no way Dirk will choose you and Dave when he's gone and framed it like that. God damn it. Too late to change anything yourself. You wait for Dirk to choose. Trust your future self or trust them? Everyone's saying self. Oh, two people chatting right now. I freaking love this song though. This is like one of my favorite Homestuck songs. It's weird that like some songs are louder than others. Fucking love it. Unite and synchronize, yep. Fucking love it. It's amazing. Like, I don't know, but Dirk was in Homestuck just one of my most favorite characters, and I just have like the mental image of, I think it was Roxy trying to kiss someone and then just like, nope, let me do it. No, was it? Yeah, it was Roxy, I think. Or no, Jane. Dave is sad, probably. Okay then. Was Roxy? Okay, yeah. It was, alright, it was Roxy because she was, she had to, no. Oh, whatever. Okay, so you want to go with trust yourself, which is choosing old Dirk. Just so you know. That is choosing old Dirk, and this is choosing Dave and us. This is a cool, epic moment. Dirk turns to you, apology already on his face. No. You can't tell where this is going and you hate it. So, it's not you, it's me. Is levity helpful? Probably not, but I'm doing my best. It's not that this hasn't been a good time. I didn't expect to achieve this level of metatextual mind freak during our hangout, but I've really enjoyed it. This is a day I would not have thought was possible. He stops to hold his fist out to Dave, who, after a pause, bumps it with his own. He must know too. He turns away. Everything Dirk is saying feels forced to you. Like he's trying to convince himself as much as he is you still. You know you've lost. And I have you to thank for it. I'd go so far as to consider you my friend even. And if you frame your relative success or failure on having formed a friendship, you can call this a good end. But he trails off, turning to walk toward Ultimate Dirk. As much fun as this was, this is me where we're talking about here. There's no contest. I have to know. It was always gonna be you and me, Dirk. Me and me. I'm sorry, I bumped into the microphone. The two of them stand side by side, twin smirks on their faces. Dirk's is almost believable. Goodbye. You curl up onto yourself, a hunched ball on a tall tower on a single apartment in the middle of the sea. Your brain disconnects from the sounds of their conversation, of Ultimate Dirk's likely victory monologue, the static of their exit. You cry into your shitty little stick hands, and because you thought you fucking had this one, and somehow it feels weightier than the loss of just one friend. You feel like something bigger and more beautiful than you thought possible was at your fingertips, and now it's gone. You come back to reality at the warmth of Dave's hand on your shoulder as he crouches down next to you. His voice is thick with tears. You didn't even help him through crying. Hey, I'm sorry, bro. I don't know how much longer I can chill here. Like, emotionally. Can you take me home? Abandoned at sea. It's not the good ending. Interesting. Let me just turn on the lights for a moment. It's getting dark in here. Because clouds moved. Fucking clouds, am I right? So in a couple of minutes it should be a little bit lighter. Yeah, my like takes ages. Sad. The song groovin'. Yeah. Okay, I want to see if we actually had a choice there at that one point. Or if it was old Dirk intervening anyway. So, give it a rest and talk about something else. I just want to see... Yep, I'm clicking, nothing happens, and then holy shit, exaggerating, blah 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 blah. And okay, we go next to the thing. And as much as I disagree with the current people in charge of the narrative, as in the new authors of Homestuck and what they have done, I do have to admit that they nailed forging an epic scene here. Like this, with the music and everything, still an epic scene. Even though I do not agree what they did with Homestuck. And now we're gonna trust them, or he's gonna trust us. Sorry, man. Your heart drops, and then you see who he's looking at. Guess you can call this one the bad end, yeah? Luckily for you, there's almost definitely another of me that can't wait to sail the 7 seas of story with you or some shit. He licks his lips and raises his chin, braced for Ultimate Dirk to challenge his call. I assume with your huge fucking brain you can see that you can see that happening as we speak, yes? So no need to be a sore loser now. Be good to that me, will you? Treat him right? As right as he wants to me too, I promise. Anyway, I did say 1 in a million odds, so statistically you have to waltz out at least once. This is just throwing it out there that 1 million players of Pesterquest are all fucking canon, even though the same fucking thing happens. It's fucking gross to experience. Good thing it'll get totally assimilated into the other versions of this conversation. Now's not really the time to play actually it's usually just a binary card. Don't want to complicate that particular issue for him, so you let it lie. He stepped forward, shoulder brushing Dirk's. Don't gloat, it's God. Enjoy your moment of irrelevance before this one goes down the drain. Deuces. Yes! Hell yes! You stop your celebration when you notice that Dirk is a little shaky. Holy shit, what did I just do? This future you have in the works better be fucking good, my dude. Are you kidding me? They got it on lock. Oh, he knows it. You don't tell him you don't know every single detail yet, but you understand yourself now. You'll work it out when you need to. You always do. It's okay, you think. If Dirk is a little afraid, it comes with the territory when you let people in. And he'll have even more practice with that as soon as you can zap up some more company. It won't be smooth sailing, though. You warn him. As long as we move past the sailing metaphor, you can jack that difficulty level up as high as you like. Oh, are we anti-ocean here? Oh yeah, extremely. Fuck water, am I right? No! Water is good! Stay hydrated, guys! Especially in trying times like these. Dirk is such a sore loser. Yeah. This scene and with this music is pure Homestuck core. Kinda, yeah. Like, I'm glad we got that they managed to make the scene epic, even though I was not agreeing with the narrative it was going for. Like, it's especially difficult to make a scene feel epic if you do not agree with the narrative. And they nailed it. To be fair, they nailed it. Dirk turns his head. If you hear like weird noises, Joey is brushing her head against the microphone stand. She's really neat right now. Dirk turns his head slightly and you know he's looking at you. He smiles and you know he gets it. He gets it. It's not about this being the real timeline or the fake one. The hard one or the easy one. It's about it being his, if he wants it. Which you realize as you watch him turn back to laugh along with Dave, he does. Fuck the ocean. This is so Markiplier. Just look at, wait. Oh no. look at Dave. Fuck the ocean. Just fuck the ocean. This is so Markiplier. I love it. Okay then. Okay, what? The air between you and the two of the opens up like a wound in the universe, and you feel yourself being pulled toward it. Show Dirk listen. Dirk laugh. Oh, that's the code behind it all. You see him in there too. That's a fucking bastard. As Ultimate Dirk pulls you through what you can only conceptualize as a tear in the narrative, you turn to look at Dirk and Dave. This is sure to lead to some bullshit, and you need to confirm that they're still intact. You aren't sure where you're going next, but you don't want them to be worried, as the whole starts to reveal itself with them on the other side. You give them a thumbs up, the universal signal of reassurance that things are okay, you'll be back. Neither of them are strangers to either of the intricacies of plot shenanigans, so they return in unison. You did it. You got him a good end. Dirk Strider is your friend, you think. As you fall through nothingness, Dave can take it from you. Guess that sword isn't just for show. He really knows how to use it. You go flying out of frame, out of this volume, and straight into the epilogue. No, not the epilogue. God. Oh God, this music. God, this is impossible. You can't believe you are the main character of such a stupid story. He launches you straight into the post-game, final chapter. Afterward? Or, wait, afterward? Both of them look weird. Afterward? Anyway, he launches... This is freaking animated, I'm impressed. Anyway, he launches you into the at symbol word. Which seems to just be that drifting grey place between universes. But this time, you aren't standing in the corridor. You are hurtling along it like a protagonist-shaped missile. This is not going to end well. Sorry, T-posing god person, this really isn't your fault. Actually, that's an A-pose. Common mistake. Just trying to help. I mean, I guess that is an A-pose. T-pose would be higher arms, I think, and closer together legs. You brace for whatever hellish experience is waiting for you when you hit the event horizon. What? Your whole body aches. Not physically, more thematically. Like you just got bitch slapped straight in the meta-narrative and bodied back to the beginning. Oh shit. Are you literally at the beginning? Did you forget everything again? Quick. Hemospectrum. Trolls. Incestuous slurry. Backroll. The fucking madrigogs. Truth, relevance, and essentiality. You remember. Madrigogs? Don't remember that word. So here you are again. You guess it makes sense that Doc Scratch was behind it all in the end. Maybe he had Ultimate Dirk have been working and Alternative have been working together this whole time. That would be a really weird retcon. Hey, you round shiny son of a bitch. Show yourself. You receive no response. The plush green room is still. In the corner, the clock has stopped. Wait, what was that? The sound of a struggle drifts from deeper in the house. Oh, balls. Spade Slick here to beat the shit out of Doc Scratch? But you thought that happened at the beginning of the game. Maybe you really have been transported back to the square one. Incestuous slurry? Yeah, that's the stuff called that trolls produce when having intercourse in order to put it into the mother grub. So, technically, sperm. But nothing is on fire. Spade Slick sets the place on fire, right? Shit. Why do so many things happen in this goddamn comic? There are just so many details to remember. You follow the sound of the ruckus, while the okay, the music starts over again. Turning a corner down a long, wood-paneled hallway, a door stands open at the end of it. where two people appear to be locked in an intense struggle. Hey, listen, we can talk about this. Hussy? You edge closer down the corridor. The mirrors on the walls watch you like eyes. Clearly I have made some bad decisions, I'll grant you that. The man currently hanging on the door jamb for dear life both sounds and looks familiar. But you are actually kind of having a hard time focusing on him. It makes your head swim. Okay, yes, I agree that I need to take a break. But please don't put me in here with that wolf head. It's out for my blood. I don't know if I can hold it off for long. Yeah, that's definitely Hussy. The second figure, a woman maybe, appears unmoved by the man's pleas. You have no idea what's going on here, but one thing you do know is you can't just allow random broads to throw dudes into rooms against their will. Hey! You shout down the corridor. Both the man and the woman turn and look at you. The combined power of the gaze forces you to your knees. It hits you in the same tender place that Ultimate Dirk's strike had, right in the narrative. The woman takes that chance to shove the man into the room and slam the door.
Sorry about that. He won't bother us anymore.
There you have the fucking voice line, I guess. The sound of her voice vibrates all the way into your skull. It's her. She's the one who's been doing this to you, who's been stopping you from going back to visit your friends, who's been manipulating you just like Doc Scratch did.
Oh, come on. I'm not that bad. At least I hope I'm not. By the way, unmute me if you haven't bothered to already.
Those voice files aren't even edited. You can hear the clicks of the end of the recording.
The music in this section rules.
Yes.
Besides, voiceover in Ren'Py is extremely annoying.
Yeah, but you could have at least, like, cut out the clicking noise out of your voice files, I guess.
Did you know you have to save every line as a different .ogg file? I didn't even know what a .ogg file was until our programmer explained it to me.
Well, that is basic stuff for making videos and games. Like, really basic. I learned that years ago. Like, not only what OGG file is, but that you have to, like, actually save every single voice file, every single voice text thingy in a different file and all of that. I've been doing that for years and all of that. So, yeah, I did know.
Actually, wow, this is a huge pain in the ass. Let's go back to text only.
That's better. You're falling to pieces. Every part of your body is literally sliding apart and falling into the others. It's just like being hit by the house juju. Your corporeal form is not meant for this much meta-narrative bullshit. You just aren't made for it. Come on, you're fine. She paps you on the cheek and suddenly it's true. You're fine. She's made it so. She must be magic. Not quite. Get up, King. You do slowly. For some inexplicable reason, you are more scared of her than you'd been of Ultimate Dirk. Or of Doc Scratch. Or anyone else. You have the feeling that she might be the real danger here. She laughs. It's not a villainous laugh, but it's not exactly a nice one either. I guess that's fair. I'm definitely not a hero. Or maybe I am a hero and the dude I just shoved into the cupboard with the wolf head is the real villain. No, I doubt that with all my heart. Or it's the other way around and evil has triumphed. Sounds more like my point of view. You tell her that you don't remember her from the comic you read. Yeah, you wouldn't. Don't worry about it. You can't call me the director, and you're right. All of this is my fault. All of this? Yeah, I'm the reason you couldn't reach your friends, and I'm the reason your memories got wiped. What? Why? Why would she do that? Because I wanted to try something. And it wouldn't have worked if you hadn't gone in with an open mind. Could you really have made friends with any of these kids if you'd known what they had waiting for them at the end of the line? Your snap response is an overwhelming yes, of course you could. You can make friends with anyone. But you know deep down that it isn't true. Is it though? Is it though? Could you really have looked John in the eye if you'd seen him get vored by a video game monster and then lose his virginity in the back of his dad's car? Can we fucking not? Can we fucking not? I won't even bother reading this to the end. Could you have talked to Jade like a normal person if you knew she was going to grow up to be a half-dog goddess? Half-dog goddess? Could you have resisted throwing Rose and Kanaya together the first chance you got? True. Could you have even handled becoming friends with Ekfius, Nepta, or Fefri, knowing that what was coming for them? God. Could you have stood to be in the same room as Gamzee or Eridan? Gamzee depends on which point of time. Eridan, he didn't really change. So, at least not from what I've known. Like, from the entirety of Homestuck, he didn't really change much. I mean, of course, he was 13 when he started playing the game, and his only friends were those we knew. Well, in the Candy timeline, he got a son, so there's that. So it's at least at least all of them have been virgins until the end of Homestuck. That's nothing new. Well, all of our main beloved cast of the 16 people we met. Well, 18 people we met. Right? Making friends with people when we know how their story ends isn't something we're equipped to do. Still kinda. It's like meeting a celebrity, hard to be normal. You tell the director that you don't think any of this is very normal. She laughs. Yeah, you're smart. That's why I like you, MSPA reader. Who? That's not your name. Your name is... Hey, come on, leaving something for the sequel. The truth is, I used you. And I'm sorry for that. But I'm also not sorry? Because these kids are born to suffer. That's what they're for. No. Just entirely fucking no. I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. It's not. It's a fucking... no. Destiny wrapped its thick, inky tentacle around them and pulled them into a story without happy endings. That is not true. We had a fucking ending, but you fucking decided to make an epilogue and, even worse, Homestuck 2. We had a happy ending. Or as close as it gets, I guess. But still. Most of them had one. Ish. But you changed that. You gave them a chance to grow up. They kinda grew up in Homestuck as well. Wait, you did that? But you remember the other story. The real story. The one that just ended with everything falling to shit. Are you saying all of that didn't happen? No, it happened. Well, it didn't actually happen because none of this is happening. Creators all the way down and such like. But you made the story, and nobody can take that away from you. Oh my god, shut up. I can't handle this anymore. The director looks for the first time just a little bit worried. She covers it up quickly, however, and regains her placid stance of neutral indifference. You want a real villain? This guy right here. This is so fucking stupid, even for all of you. I'm aware of that. How dare you? You're gonna lecture me on audacity? Come on, man. You're not even real. And yet you keep talking to me. For once, thank you, old Dirk, I guess. Nah. I like just quoting what quoting on Bucket of Milk's comment. How you feel like you shouldn't be here for this, possibly. You always feel like you feel kind of awkward when authority figures fight. I'm not here for her. I'm here for you. You weren't done talking. Then why did you cut the damn UI in half? I got a little overzealous. It happens. Sorry about that, by the way. You shrug. Whatever. You've had worse. Still, you don't feel very well disposed toward this guy at this point, knowing all the garbage he's done and will probably keep doing. Although you aren't sure if the director's any better. I'm much, much better than him. Your personal point of view, maybe.
See? See what I can do? Can Dirk Strider do this? Can he talk with an actual human voice?
Get fucked. See? Come on. You're at least a little happy to see me. Stop flexing at me. I have a wife. For a man so devoted to swords, don't you think it's going against your character to have such enormous guns? What, these? Oh, they're not mine. Just an artifact of the medium. What? Especially if it uses swords, muscles are... Whatever. I'd say thanks, but I feel like you all got more out of it than me. Stop flirting with my audience, you enemy-ass motherfucker. Hey, you're in charge. I wouldn't look like this if you didn't want me to. I actually let the artists have a lot of creative license. Nice evasion. Shut the fuck up. Okay, this bullshit doesn't matter. What does matter is that you... He directs his anime gaze back to you. This isn't just about Dirk anymore. You're zapping around and ruining everything. I seriously can't even begin to unravel the utter saccharine shitpile you've created. You have absolutely decimated everyone's character arcs and motivation. Seriously, Eridan got a gender arc? Come on, man. There's actually plenty of seeding for that storyline in the comic prop. No, it's fucking not. No, it's fucking not. Stop that nonsense. Do you realize what you've done here? You've completely stolen their destinies from them. You guess you did, but now they've got a chance to be actual teenagers and grow up in a world that isn't trying to murder them constantly. Well, Alternia is still doing that, but at least they won't be in a hostile video game environment. You've ruined them. They're happy. Happy people don't get stories told about them. That's not entirely true. That isn't true. That can't be true. You look to the director for help. Surely she knows what to say. After all, this happened on her watch. She isn't looking at you, she's looking at the ground. She knew what she was doing the whole time. She knew how it would have to shake out. When were you planning to tell them? was getting there. She knows that the prince knows that knows what he's talking about. Nobody has thought more about Cos's narrative than he has. Wow. Fuck, you shake your head. For a second there, it felt like things got a little screwy. Hey! She claps her hands in Ultimate Dirk's face. Cut that shit out. Leave them alone. Then stop wasting my time. She sighs. Fine. She appears to gather herself, holding her hands in front of her like she is about to recite a poem. This has been a really interesting experiment, and I'm glad we got to do it. I've definitely learned a lot. But look, I need you to go back and give that beta to John. Because without that, they never play the game. The story never gets told. You never read the story. You were never here. Wait, what? Wait. Isn't this just another timeline? A doomed timeline or whatever the fuck? The director shakes her head. No, it's a retcon. It is a fucking another timeline. Stop using fancy words to whatever. What you'd be doing here would be turning the alpha timeline into a doomed timeline. That's not how shit works. It's just another iteration. The canon didn't change. And since the story has technically ended and started again, and then ended, and then started again so many times, switching tracks at this point could corrupt it beyond recognition. Says the fucking right person. You would cause a paradox so catastrophic that it would literally tear the multiverse apart. You mean like the Scratch? Worse than the Scratch, this would be the blackout. Utter ruin. But wait, you're already through the beta in the goddamn sewer. Shouldn't this have already happened, this utter ruin? No, because you still have the power to go back and change it. If you decide not to act, then we have to worry. You look back and forth between Ultimate Dirk and the director, trying to find a way out. Some indication that they're fucking with you. They don't seem to like each other much, but they do appear to be joined in their insistence that this utter ruin bullshit is going to happen unless you betray all of your friends, unravel everything you did here. What was the point of doing any of this if you were always just going to have to lose it all in the end? The director shrugs. What's the point of doing anything? What's the point of living if we know that it's going to end in death? Why do we open up a book if we know we'll have to close it? Yeah, that's what you're asking. You don't just want more questions, goddammit. I'm sorry. I don't have any answers for you. Just an option screen. Okay, which one should we do first? Apparently this is the second option we get. I should have... Okay, I'll let you answer that. But because this is going on way longer than I thought it would, I need to feed the cats now. So I'll you put in what you want to see, which route you want to see first. While I go AFK and feed the cats. Even though it might end right after this next thing. Yeah. Greetings everyone! It's me again, Ashbar from Blood and Pictures, and welcome to my birthday. It's my birthday. I don't know which song this is supposed to be, but anyway, today I will build a Lego pug. That's right, a pug entirely made out of Lego from the Lego creators. I'm not sponsored by this, I should say, because they wouldn't sponsor me at all. Oh, there we go, that's easier than I thought. Whee, here we go, and these parts will be made into a pug. There are a lot of small parts. Oh my god. But yeah. So let us start. Oh my goodness. Which one of these is the pug? Oh, they're all the pug. Are they? Yes, they are all the pug. This is entirely just one pug. Both sides. Okay, let's start. I need one of these. And then I need one of these. A 2x2 plate. And then I need 1x1 with a hole for a thingy in there. For the legs, I suppose. Like this. Put them on there like this. And then put in the connectors. Oh, I haven't built with Legos in ages, like this complicated stuff, I think. Well, I did play with Legos earlier last year. A little bit. I got a few things from Evelyn back then, but that's not the point. Now I need... what is that? Nope. It's like one of these, a 1x1 plate, but it has a little pointy thing downwards. Oh, here it is. This thing. I just need one? Is that right? Oh, I get it. Of course I just need one. It's supposed to become the tail later on, I think, from what I see here. Okay, and now I got a 1x1 there, and I put a 2x2 normal sized one on top. And a 2x2 with only one nipple. This piece on there. On there, like that. And then I put it's 2x2 again on there, like that. Why did it need a one with one? Oh. Okay then. Okay, and then I need two 2x1s. Put them next to each other on top there. And 2x1 with a hole in the middle. There. And now I gotta put this on top, turn it around like that, and put these ones up like that. There's no second one. Oh yes, there is here. Oh my god, I'm bleeding. I hurt myself and now I'm bleeding. Oh jeez. Oh my god. This is getting nuts already. Okay, and then I get two of these small 1x1 plate and angle things. Back you will have to see the Lego pug being done another time. The video is on my channel, so you can always look it up. So, what have you guys been writing? Don't. This entire route is odd. Yes, it's really odd. I mean, I guess they hinted it, that it will be now canon for Homestuck 2 and whatnot. Considering he's trying to get us to undo everything they did. So maybe they will undo everything they did, but MSPA Reader will pop up as a character in Homestuck 2. Like, as either a character who doesn't remember anything of that happened here or whatever, I don't know. Erasing their actions entirely. Yeah. I don't think we're ever going to know MSPA's class specs, because class specs are technically only connected to those who play Spurb or Scrub or whatever you want to call it. But yeah. So the majority of votes say don't, so let's don't. The game just fucking crashed. Well, it not crashed, but it ended itself. It just shut down. Well, that's interesting. So it's basically killing the universe when we decide to not. Did they go the extra step? Oh, kitty. Kitty farts. Ew. Wait. What? Don't you fucking... Okay, I was scared for a moment. I tried to open up the game again, and it didn't... Okay, it did work, it just took forever. Oh, damn. I was afraid that they went the next step of actually making the game unaccessible after you end it, like it deletes itself. Why is the game not showing? Can you hear the music at least? Are you fucking kidding me? Pesterquest, you broke my stream. For fuck's sake. Finally. It would be hilarious if the saves and updates were pulling a full-on Doki Doki Literature Club. I mean, I kind of like those things. I really like them. Like, stuff like that, where the game has effect on the outside world and stuff like that. And does a lot of, like, fourth wall breaking. I mean, as long as it's, like, mysteriously that way, I love it a lot. In a comical way, like in Deadpool, for example, I find it not that appealing. But in like a mystery, boundaries of universe breaking thing, I love it. Okay, let's see. Load. I still have my saves. Okay. Close menu. Let's start. Volume 14. We start at the beginning, so there's nothing different here. Nope, Joey. Even don't climb on me right now. Just Aisha and Dirk, yeah. I don't know if that was supposed to be Aisha, but whatever. Try one more time to convince him to drop the idea of playing the game. Yeah, this was the one that didn't matter. And and trust them. Okay. Betray. Let's betray our friends. That sounds so stupidly weird. Fine. You know what? Fuck both of you. You'll do it. But also fuck you. That's fair. Thanks for being reasonable. Get out of my video game. I don't think I will. I'm gonna stick around and watch everything you try to do here get it flushed down the toilet of bad spin-offs. The director takes a step toward him. They aren't fighting exactly, but they're doing something. You have the distinct impression of two people fighting over a pen, or elbowing each other out of the way in order to type at a keyboard. You are feeling a little dizzy again. Andrew Hussey would never do this to me. The director takes a long, tired breath. Sorry about that. Where were we? You turn away from her. You don't want to talk to her anymore. You just want to get this over with. I get that. I'll let you be alone. I'm sorry, kid. You're not sorry. Don't lie. Don't lie to us. The director fades slowly until it's like she was never there at all. But the horror, the pit of ice that has opened up in your belly, that's still there. And it will never go away. Once you consign all your friends to a hero's journey full of pain and heartache, what will happen to you? I mean, it's not entirely full of pain and heartache. There were cool and interesting and good things as well. But people keep forgetting those again. Hello there, I have finished this route. I feel empty. Sup? Jake English, greetings. I know your feeling. Will you just vanish? Will whatever iteration of you that was created for the story just cease to be? When the book is closed, what will you be? Zap. The mailbox is there. It's all full. The little flappy dealie is up and anything. Don't you puke on my lap? Flappy dealie is up and everything. With the difficulty, you pull the beta out, scattering the rest of the mail across the yard. Fuck you, builds and coupon books. Get a job. Up in the house, you see a friendly face looking down at you. You take a deep breath. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. And Jake, if you have played it already, please do not spoil. Too late. I will go with the useless option then. Oh wow, we actually glow up. I love that. Yep. Breaks the game again. It closes the game again. Put the beta bunny back in the box. Oh yeah. Does anyone actually has seen the movie before they read Homestuck? Here in the chat, I mean. In general, possibly, because the movie came out before Homestuck. Again, what, like, is this literally the game being shit to OBS, or is the OBS just being rubbish today? Maybe I should have saved right before. Oh wow, it breaks the speed forward as well. That's interesting. Betray your friends. Put the beta back in the box. The streets are empty. Wind skims the voids, keeping neighbors apart. As if grazing the hollow of a cut reed, or say a plundered mailbox, a familiar note is produced. It's the one desolation plays to keep its instrument in tune. You have a feeling it's going to be a long day. And that's it. Wait, the background music's gone. Still have all of these. Warnings. Volume 14. Just go ahead now, Dirk. Discussion of suicide. When? I do not remember discussion of suicide. Drum roll. Savior of a waking world. Discover the true ending. The note desolation plays. You have a feeling it's going to be a long. Savior of the true ending. Apparently. Oh wow, there were a lot. You were determined not to betray your friends. You also smashed the shit out of that fast forward button. Nice. Narctis cut, you learned the wrong way to spell afterward. Afterward? After whatever. Okay. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So... Can we play the afterwards separately? No. Nothing really has changed. Okay then. Jake English, there's more? You were 9? Wow. 9 might not be the right age to read Homestuck. Jake English, there's more? Where? Credits? Not really. Musician, character artists, writers. The last one, no. Lalo Hunt wrote the Dirk route. Oh, and Aisha Yufara wrote the prologue, Rose, Carget, Gamzee, Nepeta, and Afterword. And they did Gamzee like this, of course. Go back to that choice? To the choice I just did? Yeah. To the very last choice, right? Okay. And now? How do I find out more? Wait. Oh, this is weird. Like, only when I hover over him, it's blacked out. You see that? Wait, hold the fucking phone. Who is in charge of the story? Not Ultimate Dirk. Not that director. And certainly not that guy who got shoved into a room with a wolf head. It's you. It's always been you. Why are you just doing what they told you to do? There has to be a third option. There's always a third option. When the scratch happened, everything should have been erased. Everything was erased except it wasn't. Because someone intervened. Jade drew all of her friends close to her and kept them safe. And she saved them. But how? I don't... Oh yeah, they exited the medium? What was the exact thing? I don't remember. The first time you tried to bring Jade with you when you teleported, Beck didn't let you. But then later he did. Jade told you that he'd been just acting like a normal dog. Jane told you that Godcat had just been acting like a good little kitty. Almost like their powers were gone. You pace in a quick circle, then you hear Dad's car pulling up from behind and you zap out of there before you can get caught again. Zap. You've still got the beta clutched in your hands, but you're alone on Dave's roof underneath the blazing Houston sun. Nobody is going to bother you up here. There's something that's teasing just at the edge of your understanding, and if you could only reach it, you need help. You need someone who knows about weird shit. Like a lock clicking in your brain, you understand what you have to do. Zap. Oh, it's you. How's it going? You look a little tired. You ask Aradia if she's been watching recently, if she knows what's been going down in your part of the neighborhood. She shakes her head. I lost track of you when you hopped universes. I'm about to try to get myself out of canon for good, and it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass. So I've been trying to conserve my energy. Oh, right, yeah. You know about that. She raised an eyebrow. Don't worry about that, actually. You know some lore, is all. You might have seen what's going to happen to Aradia next. Actually, she doesn't have too much to worry about. She and Sulks are fine, actually. They're probably more fine than almost everyone else. That's good to know, I guess. So, did you figure out what was going on with your friend's situation? Yeah, you tell Aradia what's been going on with your friend's situation. Wow. Yeah. And you are going to do it? You're going to erase this timeline? Because if you are, then, no offense, I might head out of canon a little early. That's just the thing. You think you might have a plan? Oh? You tell her the plan. Does she think it will work? A slow, brilliant smile paints a sunrise across her face. I have no idea, but I'd love to watch. Zap. The green sun. Oh, hold up. The green sun spreads out below you like a giant radioactive gumball that absolutely wants to tear you into a million greasy pieces. You can feel it tugging at all of your organs, twisting up all the words inside you, making a mess of the themes, dragging motives, screaming to the surface. This is the single largest source of raw narrative mass in the multiverse, and it should be killing you. Or could be, wait. Yeah, should be killing you. Do you actually need me to do anything? What just happened? It didn't happen to you because it's not on the screen for you, but my Windows background that I have like as my background picture just disappeared. Then every of my shortcuts I have on my desktop flashed in a like picture doesn't exist image, and then everything went back to normal. You and your Condi stuff. You sort of just wanted her to vibe here with you in case you die. You don't want to die alone. That's fair. Hey, if you die, I'll pick up your bones for you. Thanks, Aradia. She smiles. See you on the other side, you say. You're not sure who you're talking to. You're guessing this is going to be pretty bad. Zap. It's, well, it's not bad. It's not pain exactly, because when you are inside the green sun, you don't think you have nerve endings anymore. You are just a consciousness floating in the miasma of causation. You aren't sure how this is supposed to work. Should you maybe start thinking about your friends like you are in the animes, drawing strength from the power of your social links? He looks all so awkward now. You think about John and Rose and your good friend Dave. Fuck, ouch, thinking too much hurts. You aren't going to be able to count an anime glitches for this one, you guess. So you don't think about your friends for once. You think about yourself, the impossibility that is you, protagonist, reader, carrier of the story. Maybe not every story, but this one. You have been erased so many times. You look across the rise and fall of the story and see just how many mistakes you've made. All the times you've broken your friends' trust or betrayed them or hell, even killed them. You reach across to all of those yous, your what-ifs, your do-overs. You let the blazing energy overtake you. You open yourself up. And everything goes green. And you better be on your best behavior, Orphaner. If this partnership is gonna work out, forget this guy, Vriska. We can do this ourselves. Could you at least give a guy's chance to respond to a couple of... What's that? Hans, come here, kitty kitty. Come home. Nepta, this cave is far too small for someone with a height as strong as mine. Hans? Ecpheus, what's that? Anyway, that's why I don't eat corn dogs anymore. What the fuck? Is this a normal future thing? Earthquakes and shit? I guess that's a normal whenever thing, but we don't get many of them in Houston. I don't think that's an earthquake. Autoresponder? No seismic activity detected in the area. So you're telling me I wrote this? In another history? Yes, as far as I'm aware. Incredible. It's very boring. I think it's brilliant. I mean... The green sun pulses around your slowly collapsing being, and as you feel it subsume you, you feel yourself unspooling, swallowed in light. You think of how you came to be here, where you are right now, and the choices you made along that path. What are the odds that, though you that prevailed is this one? It's probably something that could be mathed out, but you're too busy eating the fucking sun with your whole body to figure it out. Instead, you sink into the feeling of connections that hold you together. The bonds you created are threaded through your arms and your belly and your heart. Your body is nothing, consumed by flame, and yet you feel yourself start to become zap. The mail goes in the box. Okay, get ready. This is the best part of the movie. All the classic memes come from this part. Were memes even a thing back in 2009? John, every part of this movie is hot trash. Oh, it's not that bad. I want to see the guy put the bunny back in the box. This movie is so bad the drones are approaching your neighborhood. It's too late for the human race. Darkness seethes at this timeline, and in the distance you hear what might be cracks, splinters through space-time. Reality is compressing and falling apart around you in a cacophony of breaking glass. All of your friends, all of their dreams rendered away to nothing, all of it unraveling. No. No. It doesn't disappear. I don't let it. I am bigger than this story. But I am also inside the story, so I gather it up and keep it close to me. And as soon as I remove it from causation, it's like it never happened. I take the timeline and I lock it away. That's what it is. It is a locked timeline, and I am its guardian. Its first guardian. Whoa. I'm gonna just screenshot this. Thanks for playing. Oh wow, did I? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that would have an effect on here. What's its face? OBS. Sorry for that. So interesting. Very interesting. I love that in like that last secret ending basically. I love the reader became the first guardian of this universe, of this canon basically. But the Green Sun never had narrative powers, necessarily. But I guess combined with the zappy powers of MSPA Reader, it would be like an alchemic reaction and stuff like that. Wow. Again, they nailed an epic scene. Too bad they had to draw this connection of everything's canon in our canon, whatever stuff. I think that's kind of bullshit. Just name it as it is. Spin-offs that are not canon to the original story. So, spin-offs. Not uncanon spin-offs. Take it as what it is and don't try to force it to be something else that it isn't. But still, the ending was really freaking neat, and now I need to know what this thing was. It was an email, a weird email. Huh. It's 1st of April, so there's nothing not to be expected. But yeah, that was an epic resolution and solution to it all. At the very end. Do we have anything else here now? No. Credits? Not really. Warnings, I guess, is the same. Yep. Help. Credits we were. Chum roll. Savior of a waking world. You rescued your friends from a very long day. How? Didn't I have that before? And now it's here? Or they always shown, but like not all the time. Like no, but are they always shown just differently depending on what you do? Options. Interesting. Really interesting. MSPA killed Spurb as ASMR. It's not really killing Spurb. He killed the entire fucking timeline. He didn't kill the timeline. He like reset the timeline so it's apart from the original timeline. So he basically took this canon and made its own canon from like what they tried to explain us, but in the end it's still a different canon, so whatever. Like they use the word canon like they use the word universe in a sense that it's it's exactly how it's meant in the end, in these ends anyway. Like universe is pretty okay used, but like in the end they're just messing with the word canon too much, and it's just getting tired and weird and not close to what the word actually means and everything, but whatever. Like, I mean, basically, with this, MSPA really doing this, they kind of kept it its self-contained thing and can still claim it's canon, I guess. Was, like, don't get me wrong. As much as I dislike the new take on Homestuck and what Homestuck has become ever since the epilogue got released, and what apparently Aisha or whoever director is supposed to represent are doing with Homestuck, as much as I dislike all of that, Dirk and Homestuck too, for example, old Dirk, as much as I dislike a lot of that and think they, like, many things are not up to the Homestuck standard I'm used to, like far off actually. Like some things are just choices that are just entirely out of character for the characters, and just messing with stuff that they shouldn't mess with, and retconning things, not by time travel shenanigans like the Zappy thing, but just retconning information as if it were always that way, like actual retconning. Like not in-universe retconning, but out-universe retconning, which is the worst kind of retconning. Because it's just like the director saying, "Oh yeah, I wrote this years ago, but now I wrote that what I wrote back then is not true anymore." Not as in the characters were wrong to assume it. It just, no, I just changed my mind. Like, and some of the things they changed could have made sense, but they avoided making it into a functioning story arc, basically. And those are like aspects that I like to point at and say, to me, that is bad writing. And in a sense of writing and the art of writing stories, etc., that is always like one of the things where, like, retcons in general are things where story writing gets worse or perceived worse and stuff like that. I mean, if it makes in-universe sense, it's okay, and it's explainable, and the other word I'm seeking for here, like, it's okay. Like, for example, if a character finds a way to time travel and saves things that have gone wrong in the past, like, for example, John getting the Zappy powers, okay. Zappy powers might have been a bit very powerful because we already had time traveling, but okay. Or like the time travel thing in the new Star Trek movie thingies or stuff like that. But yeah, outside of that, it's a mark for worse writing than good writing. In a like professional, and I don't know the word, but there's like a professional scientific term for the art of writing stories, and like as a entire thing. And in that sense, retconning the way they have done it, or like claiming stuff as canon even though it doesn't make any fucking sense and not making coherent sense within itself and stuff like that, are points where the quality of a written work gets decreased for, if that makes any sense. Yeah, but all in all, Homestuck Epilogues and Homestuck 2, not my interest. I've tried to gain interest for it, but in the end, no. For example, for example, I kind of don't like pronouncing your name, I just realized, because it reminds me of things that I have heard weird stories of. But yeah, that or like many other things. It's just like, I don't exactly know the entirety of the Candy story, but like there were things there as well that happened where people were like, no, that choice is stupid for that character, and they seem to not even like told it in a story. Not even if they're like, the thing is, it does not matter how many of my favorite characters are there and get a redemption arc or whatever, because as we've seen with every iteration of Homestuck, my favorite characters who should get a redemption arc will never get one. It's just, as much of elements appear that on the surface sound appealing to me, in the end, it will always still be something that it won't be Homestuck anymore, if that makes any sense. I mean, sure, it has all the characters and builds up on the story they had and whatever, and it's still basically the original copyright holders who work on it, or like new copyright holders with the agreement of the old copyright holder, however you want to put it. But the kind of like, they messed up what I liked about Homestuck. What made me interested in Homestuck in the first place. What I loved about Homestuck. In the epilogues in Homestuck 2, that is. Pesterquest, I still gave a chance, even though there were a lot of elements I didn't like that they had in Homestuck 2 and the epilogues. But hair in my mouth. But like, Pesterquest was its own thing, and they at the end found a way to make it its own thing without having effect on the rest, but being affected by the rest as if it were part of it, which is kind of nice in some sense. Even though I do not agree with everything Director Chan has said, or Director Tan or whatever, the director character in the game itself, and I do not agree with a lot of things. But still, Pesterquest was a nice adventure, and I really, really enjoyed streaming it. Sure, we had moments like the entire Riska thing, where we were all like sitting here face palming and being angry at like Riska excusation. Yes, excusation is a word I just made up. I think I made it up because I don't think I ever heard that before. But yeah, in the end of the day, it was a fun adventure to have, especially with you guys watching. And since the stream is over now, I will change the thumbnail and hope that it will remain changed for when this turns into a VOD. Because the current thumbnail was just a one-time thing that I wanted to have because of April Fool's Day, and it was just a joke, an inside joke for my channel, because if you don't recognize the character on the thumbnail, it's my World of Warcraft Demon Hunter, who is based on a character who is basically a demon who has shown up in 2017's Halloween special I made, and as a separate character mentioned in other things. Hides the 50 Pesterquest sequels talking about a canon. What? Oh well. But yeah, Pesterquest is officially now over. They have stated this is the last. And the next thing I will do that is connected to actual Homestuck copyright ownerships making, like what Pumpkin Studios and whatnot, is Hiveswap Act 2. And I sincerely hope that Hiveswap will remain in its own story and its own canon and will not have weird shenanigans of like narrators popping in or old Dirk popping in, and it just has its own explore the Alternia that we all wanted to explore thing. And in hope they do not make the changes that we have seen in Pesterquest or were mentioned in Pesterquest to the Alternia rule experience there, because the Alternia that was originally made for Homestuck was the one that most people were interested in. The version that you changed for Pesterquest is less interesting. So we'll see. We'll know. And I hope we'll get an OG Homestuck Alternia and no Alt Dirk, no director, no canon stuff, shit, bullshit talk. I mean, sure, if Doc Scratch shows up, that is fine. He doesn't talk about canon, he's just his own thing. But what if Dirk appears in Hiveswap? Personally, I wouldn't like it. Even though I like Dirk as a character a lot, no version of Dirk should pop up in Hiveswap, in my personal opinion. I think Hiveswap should remain its own contained spin-off. That's the way I want it, because, sure, references to what will happen on Earth in the next years, or, references to things that show up in Homestuck and everything, that's unavoidable, because it's playing on the fucking planet that we explore with the trolls and all of that, and Joey Clare is literally a relative of Grandpa Harley. But that all aside, I wanted to remain its self-contained spin-off, because that is what the Homestuck community, or the old Homestuck community, really, really wants and needs right now. Because I have met, almost every person I know personally who was a Homestuck fan and loved Homestuck dislikes Homestuck now because of Homestuck 2 or the epilogues. Or they at least dislike that part. Some of them even left the fandom entirely and swore off of cosplaying those characters ever again because of Homestuck 2 and the epilogues. So what we really need is a self-contained old school Homestuck style remnant, which Hiveswap should be. Personally. But yeah, Dirk slices the train and talks about canon. The game ends. This is the next 2 acts also. Please not. But yeah. Gotta go and praise Conti. Oh jeez, no. Oh bother. But yeah, maybe I will do my own original Homestuck related stuff. Bye Miko. I will call you Miko now because I don't want to call you the other thing. But yeah, maybe I will do more of my own Homestuck related content, like fan stories or the stories of my characters. You can see the first iteration of what I've done in the Diaries of an Alternian, Wriggle's story, which I uploaded 2017 as well. That is still on my channel and still good to go. And I know it's pretty wonky. It's a little bit cringily made, but that was the best we could manage to produce at that time, and it's still a story I really, really feel passionate about. Even though I have to change a lot because one of the characters that hasn't appeared yet was owned by a person who's not in my life anymore and doesn't not want to be connected to me anymore because they're weird. But yeah, I have also other stuff, more fun and no serious and just bullshitty things. Well, bullshit as in just randomness and funniness and less seriousness. One Shot. I haven't played it myself. I've seen the first episode of a Let's Play, but I haven't seen the entire gameplay or the entire game playthrough and haven't played it myself. But maybe, I don't know if the YouTuber I've watched actually fully played it through, or if I just didn't watch it, or if they didn't play it entirely through. And that is the reason why I didn't watch it further. Because there's some series of my favorite YouTubers I discontinued watching because I wanted to watch them with friends, and then those friends never had the time to watch them with me. So yeah, maybe I should look it up. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, yeah. Again, this was Pesterquest. This was a great journey. I enjoyed every single one of these streams, even the ones where I raged a lot about abuse of canon and retconning and changing of characters that was entirely bullshit. I still enjoyed these streams a lot. And it was really great. Like, I'm surprised a little bit that these streams did not get as much traffic as the Friendsym ones. But yet again, Friendsym was still felt a lot-ish like old school Homestuck, while Pesterquest didn't. So I kind of get it in that regard. You're welcome. Like, these streams I do most and foremost for you guys. So I thank you for watching. I thank you for coming along on this ride and being here. But this is hopefully not the last of Homestuck content shown on my channel. Again, I will most likely keep away from anything regarding Homestuck epilogues and Homestuck 2. But I hope this won't be the last. Well, I will try that this wasn't the last Homestuck related content. And either if it is like appearances of troll characters in some of my other works, or my trolls, like my Troll OC's story, or references to all of that, or the fun thing I was planning to do, but I really have great problems setting it up because I cannot record PlayStation 3 footage. I could try dealing with an emulator, but then I would have to spend many hours unlocking all the things I need for it. So we'll see how that pans out. I hope there's a way to somehow make it to work that I can record my PlayStation 3 footage. But if not, I will have to just find another way. Even if it means emulating it through computer, having it super laggy, and hacking and cheating my way until I have it all back up again. I don't want that, because that would mean that the many hours on the PlayStation 3 were for naught, but whatever. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like. Consider subscribing if you haven't already for more fun and entertaining content. I at least hope you think it's so. I not only do Homestuck and Pesterquest stuff, I do a lot of other games and original content as well. I also make games. Like the second game I will ever publish is currently in the making. My first game is already published on my Game Jolt. I think there's a link in the description. Let me check. Check out our games. Yep, it's in the description. Game Jolt and itch.io. Game Jolt, I have better possibilities with getting out updates. And if you want to really help us out and help us out a lot to do a lot more of original content entirely made for pure entertainment value and to get our brand out there, then check out our Patreon. I know I don't keep it updated very regularly, but that is because a lot of things happen and a lot of things hinder me on putting posts on, and then also a lot of technical difficulties, but I still try my best to at least provide stuff that is worth the stay on that page as well. And also you get discounts or free versions of things, so there you go. Either way, I sincerely love all of you guys. Thank you, every single one of you, from all the viewers that have ever even showed up. Even if you didn't like my content, those views I like as well. Unless you left a dislike, then I'm neutral towards you, because it is your opinion. There's nothing at fault of that, but a dislike kinda does not help. But either way, watch time does, so I'm thankful for every single second watched, and everyone who enjoyed it, I'm very thankful as well. But this is not the last time we'll see each other, because we'll see each other in the next video and or stream. Cheerio! That was a long outro. I will not fault anyone if they haven't stayed until the end. But either way, bye. It was a fun ride. And I hope we can get together in such a fun ride again. Maybe in the other content I do, but we'll see. Bye. 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 Want to say bye, Joey? One last time. Oh, jeez. One last time, Joey. Bye.